Hey guys, it's Kip from Famous by Friday Pickleball. Got a brand new paddle to review, the new paddle from Thompson, the 515 Twill. Very intrigued about this paddle. Thompson builds their paddles very different. We'll take a look at the core in just a moment. But if they also do something quite different with the surface of this paddle. The surface is a raw Tory Twill over a unidirectional T1100 carbon fiber backing. That promises to give a 14.5 millimeter paddle, kind of a soft feel, some dwell time and some spin. Very excited to try that out. But the core is really the heart of this paddle. We're going to take a look at that in a moment. This paddle is 16.4 inches long, 7.5 inches wide, 5.5 inch long grip with a 4-inch circumference. This grip, for me, needs to be built up a little bit, but there's a lot of people out there looking for smaller grips, and this would really appeal to them. This paddle is 8.4 ounces, but it only has a swing weight of 112. So that tells you right there, it is not head heavy at all. It's very evenly balanced and almost head light a little bit. The twist weight is 6.6 though, so that should really have a nice sweet spot to it. Let's take a look at the core because they do something very, very different, and I think it'll really work. Let's take a look at that core now.
Right guys, here is the core of the Thompson Pickleball 515 Twill. Pretty standard polypropylene honeycomb core, 8mm cells. Where the big difference is in this paddle is the edgeless thermoset urethane sidewall. This should give this paddle plenty of structure all the way around the edge, all the way down through the grip and through the neck and through the grip. That should give this plenty of stability, and that should really help with accuracy. Also, the twist weight in this paddle is 6.6, and I suspect this adds just enough to drag that sweet spot out quite a little bit and not make it a tiny sweet spot at all. Should give this plenty of stability, plenty of structure, and really make this nice. The other thing that adds structure to this paddle is this rib right here of carbon fiber, a vertical carbon fiber right here in the neck. This is going to give this area support where it won't flex or won't be damaged in time, and just give it, once again, more structure and allow this 14.5 millimeter thick core. It'll just give it plenty. It won't twist, won't bend, won't flex. Really give it nice stability and nice plush ride. Very cool thing, very different core, and very cool thought process here. I like both of those ideas a lot, and as I said, that goes all the way down the neck and all the way through the grip to make that just part of your hand, make that feel just as one piece. Very cool idea from Thompson Pickleball.
All right, guys, headed out to the court right now. Hope you're going to be there. We'll hit this bad boy together, the new Thompson 515 Twill. All right, I'll be back. All right. But just directly at the target. Not really a power paddle, but it does have decent power. Let's do this again. Man, it is right there. Let me spin a couple with this. Really nice control. spin one. Okay. Wow. Wow. Lots of early and late. That had a lot of late. That was nice. That's what you're looking for, is that late jump. You're not really expecting it, and nice. Hey guys, back. Just spent the last few weeks getting to know the new Thompson 515 Twill. I'm going to bounce through the performance attributes of this paddle, but one thing it does really, really well. And it does a lot of other things pretty well, but one thing really well. I'm going to start out with power because I always start out with power. My normal service speed is right around 50 miles an hour. The Thompson 515 Twill comes in at 44.8. Now, why? Here's why that is low. I believe I said in the opener, this paddle comes in at 8.4 ounces. That's pretty heavy, but, and there's always a but, this paddle has a swing weight of 112. Now, what does that mean? That means all of this weight is down here in the grip, in this down here where that support, when if you go back to the core, you can see that support beam that goes kind of right up in the middle here. All that adds the weight. It is very head light. So even though it weighs 8.4 ounces, the weight is all down here. So you don't have the mass and the plow through that you'd really like to have. I really feel like a swing weight around 120 is really good for me. And it gives you that mass, it gets you just that extra velo from just the plow through alone. That's where this paddle it lacks that a little bit, just right out of the box. And that's why that service number is down there, the average 44.8. That can all be fixed. Throw a little weight out here. Even though it starts out at 8.4 ounces, you throw a little weight out here and it kind of balance it, maybe get a little evenly balanced. So it'll get that more mass and a little more plow through, and it'll get those service numbers up. Where this paddle was exceptional was accuracy, control, and consistency. You could go after any shot with confidence. I don't care whether it was serve, return, drive, drop, dink, overhead, whatever you wanted to hit. You could, if you wanted to go down the line and only leave just a half an inch, do it. This paddle was extraordinary. I just did a great job. Accuracy and control and consistency. Really nice. This paddle's a little stiff. Once again, so you think it's stiff. If a paddle flexes or the core flexes, it throws the ball. Go back to kind of looser strings in tennis. Then when you're throwing the ball, the accuracy suffers a little bit. You go tight strings in tennis. You go with a solid paddle. You're just going to have that much more accuracy. You're going to be able to just put that ball exactly where you want. Now, I'm going to touch on feedback and feel that I just said this paddle is a little stiff, but it's not jarring at all. And the surface of the raw Tory Twill and the unidirectional T1100 carbon fiber, the backing, it gives it a nice kind of plush ride. So the ball, even though it's 14.5 millimeters thick or thin, the ball just stays on here really nicely and for a solid paddle, and you can really, really hit the ball where you want, and it's not jarring at all. Spin. Once again, I'll go back to those layers on the surface. Spin is really, really good. In fact, I was shocked how good the spin was. You don't think of that being from a really stiff paddle, really thin paddle. You don't think there's going to be a lot of spin, but there's a lot of spin there. So if you really want to hit exact spots with topspin, this is your bad boy right here. This can do it. Touched on feedback and feel. It's got a large sweet spot. You can pretty much go anywhere in here. You don't have to hit it dead red and have to be perfect. We get in trouble with that sometimes with thinner paddles where you have to hit it dead red. Not really with the Thompson 515. You can hit that ball pretty much anywhere here, and you're going to get exceptional results. Good defense to offense. You can stick your shovel in the ground, dig some trash, put that back in the non-volley zone. You don't have to worry about it popping up. And that's kind of a good thing. You can get it down low, keep it low, and then work your way up. And defense to offense, as you can imagine with a headlight paddle, you're going to get it through the air very quick, and you're going to get that ball back so good in fast hands battle. You're not going to have the extra velo necessarily, but you're going to be able to just, your hands are going to be super quick with this paddle, even at 8.4 ounces. Don't let that scare you because that weight's all down in here. Very quick, very nice, very cool. This paddle is also very customizable, and I would recommend customizing it. If I was going to put this in the bag, the two things I would do, I'd put weight probably at the 4 and 8 o'clock positions, give this a little more mass, a little more plow through, and this 4-inch circumference. If I was going to have a complaint about this paddle, the grip with the 4-inch circumference would be my complaint. I would have to build up the grip, maybe even put a Hesicor grip on here, which I like a lot, and really make it a little more comfortable. I kind of felt like my hand got lost sometimes. I didn't really feel exactly where the paddle was in my hand. But once again, there's always a but. There's a lot of people out there that like smaller circumference grips. They can kind of make it their own. They like that small. So this paddle is very customizable. You can really make this paddle your own. That's very cool. I like this paddle a lot. I was surprised how much I did kind of like it. I didn't really know what to expect. I know I say that a lot. But this paddle has game. If you can supply your own kind of velocity, own kind of push, if you can supply your own, then if you're a control freak, have fun with this. And spin wise, if you're kind of a spin enthusiast, you can get away with this. If you're a setup person, boy, you can hit your spots and just kind of, there's so many things that would appeal to you with this paddle. I'm anxious to hear if you guys play with this, anybody, and if you've customized it and kind of done your own thing with it. And if you like that grip or not. There's so many ways to customize this paddle and get away with it, and it's still gold. I just want to test it as is. I really like this a lot. Another thing, I think this paddle is $199 US, I believe. That is not cost prohibitive either for all the technology. You saw the core, the surface, all the technology that goes into this. It's also US made. And that's kind of a cool thing. That's kind of different. So there's a lot that goes into this, and it's a very cool kind of company. It's a very cool paddle. I like what they've done. I'm anxious to hear from you guys if you play with it, if you tried it, what you like, what you found with it. I don't see a lot of these out there, but I kind of believe there kind of should be, maybe. Maybe there should. All right, guys, it's summer. Get out and play. I'm headed out to the courts right now. Hope you're going to be there. We'll hit together. All right, I'll be back.